Alrighty everyone, welcome back to yet again another YouTube video. Today we got another game review of another big game between the the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Buffalo Sabres. So this was quite an interesting game. And to be honest with you, I might have been in the wrong here because at the beginning of the game I predicted 5-3 Toronto. Yeah, it did not turn into that. So anyways, Toronto's last game before this game coming into this was a 5-4 loss to the Arizona Coyotes in overtime. Controversial game. The missed holding call, if you want to call it holding. Buffalo's last game was a 3-1 win against the Vegas Golden Knights. Jack Eichel's return. So things are going great for Buffalo right now. Currently, it's Mrazek versus Anderson in net. And I don't know. It was snowing for the majority of the game. The camera angles were pretty bad. It was -7 in Hamilton, and Gretzky came in to drop the puck in honor of his father, which rest in peace, and the situation going on in Ukraine right now. So, the first period began off with a Nylander chance that was stopped, a Skinner breakaway that was broken up, a Hinostroza chance that was denied, a Riley shot that went wide, a Skinner shot that was denied, and it was basically pretty much just a back-and-forth action. It was mostly Buffalo, but Toronto started bringing in the goals there too, or the shots there too. It was 4-2 Buffalo just 10 minutes in. Anderson was on top. Nylander's shot was gloved by him. He was unbelievable. And Anderson, for like a 40-year-old goaltender, he's playing crazy. It's sick. Dahlin between the legs chance was denied. Dahlin is a key player in this game. We'll get back to him later. A John Hayden shot was denied. There was an Okposo shot that was stopped. Alex Tuch had a backhand that was denied. The two players who were involved in the Jack Eichel trade, Tuch and Krebs, were looking pretty good right now. Buffalo's first line of Skinner, Thompson, and Tuch were buzzing. Like, they were so good. There was a Kampf chance that was denied, and Scruffles would follow. And there was a penalty. It was on Yogi Haru and Vinny Hinostroza were both in the penalty box, but I think only one of them got called. There was a Matthews chance that was stopped during that Toronto power play, and the period came to an end. The shots were 13-8 in favor of Buffalo. So Buffalo was in the lead for the majority of this game. The second came on. There was 4 seconds of Toronto power play, and the penalty was killed off. Justin Hall, he had quite a rough time in this game. He had a bloody nose to start it off, so it was pretty crazy. It was kind of weird. Matthews had a slap shot that was denied from Anderson. I was like, whoa. And then the goals started happening. Andre Kase got the Leafs on the board, who was 12th of the season from Nylander and Tavares. And then pretty much right after that, the Sabres came in and tied it. Peyton Krebs scored his 5th of the year from Mark Pysyk and Vinny Hinostroza to make it 1-1. I thought it was Hinostroza who scored because the NHL app was on drugs. It was so weird. And then not long after that, Austin Matthews gets himself on the board with his 45th goal of the season from Kerfoot and Brody. And it is 2-1 Leafs at that point, and it would not stay like that for very long. Skinner backhand was stopped. A Simmons chance was denied, and then John Hayden got a penalty for hooking. And this was another Leafs power play. Nylander chance was covered. Cousins' shorthanded chance was denied, and the penalty was killed off. And then, as I said, it came on. Vinny Hinostroza with his 9th of the year from Tage Thompson and Samuelson. This was a rough bounce. There was a lot of rough bounces for the Leafs in this game. It just bounces off TJ Brody and went in. I mean, what can you do? And it was 2-2, dead even. Shots were 20-19. Toronto halfway. Mikheyev had a shot that was denied. Matthews had a chance that was stopped, and then Toronto started getting penalties. And, one thing I noticed is that Toronto, they never had, to worry about having to have offense on the penalty kill. There was a lot of shorthanded chances for Toronto in a lot of these Buffalo power plays. Lyubushkin got a chance for hooking. There was a Radley shorthanded chance that was stopped, and then the second period came to an end. Shots were 27-23 in favor of Toronto. And then that pretty much did it for the third period, however. 35 seconds of Buffalo power play. It was killed off, and then this is when it all started. Tavares' shot was stopped. A Timothy Liljegren tripping penalty happened. Kampf's shot was stopped. A Middlestat shot was stopped. And then the penalty was killed off. So there wasn't a lot of Buffalo power play action. There was more Leafs shorthanded action than power play action. There was a Riley shot that was stopped. And then the bounce happened. Vinny Hinostroza makes it 3-2 with his second goal of the game. No assists. And there was a Dahlin shot that was stopped after that. It was a rough bounce off of Mrazek. Just it was rough. I mean, hands down. I mean, what can you do? Mrazek's been rough lately. I mean, yeah. It's another unlucky play for the Leafs. Asplund backhand was denied, and then TJ Brody got a penalty for hooking, and that was the 10-minute mark. Shots were 32-28 for Toronto. Mikheyev's shorthanded chance was stopped, and then this confused me because there was a first half of the third period. Like, I was like, what? Like, they blew a horn. I was like, what? And they swapped sides. I was like, huh? Apparently it was because of the wind, because from what somebody told me. And then the penalty for the TJ Brody hooking was killed off. And this is when it all started. There was a Hinostroza shot that was stopped. Then there was a missed call on Tavares. Tavares mouths off the ref. There was a couple chances between plays. Engvall backhand stopped. Okposo chance stopped. And then it happens. Sabres goal waved off. Net moved. Or so we thought. Okay, so we'll start off with here. So it's behind the net. Mrazek pushes the net off. It didn't look like he intended to. It kind of looked like he was just kind of trying to move. And then the whistle doesn't blow in time. Krebs shoots the puck, gets a second of the night, but they review it. They review it to be a good goal. The net moved, but they didn't blow a whistle. That's something I didn't know, because if the net still moved, you can still score if the whistle isn't blown. So it was counted as a goal. 4-2. Cousins and Okposo get the assists, and that started the beef. Jokiharju's shot was stopped, and then, as I said, Dahlin, we'll come back to him later. Here he is. Dahlin and Matthews start boxing, and then Anderson breaks him up. Bunting comes in and starts fighting, but the only two players who gets the penalties are Dahlin and Matthews for interference, 4-on-4. Toronto pulls their goalie with like 4 minutes left. I'm like, what? And there was a penalty on Okposo for tripping, and I was like, ooh, there was going to be like a 5-on-3 for Toronto there. So it was going to get interesting. They called a timeout. Shots were 33 in favor of Buffalo. I might be talking fast because I want to get this video done and go eat food because it's been a long day for me. 5-on-4 for a minute 42. And then Nylander flops, and Thompson gets that puck, scores his 24th of the year on an empty net shorthanded goal. And, I mean, that did it, 5-2. And then this war just ensued, and I basically recorded nothing off after this. Dahlin hit Matthews, which you could tell, I mean, that was pretty intentional. Bunting shoved Dahlin, and then war ensues. Dahlin sits on Bunting, and then everyone starts fighting. Bunting gets ejected, which rightfully so. He instigated it. The Bunting hit was a clean hit. Okposo and Thompson in the box. Cousins was like out of the box. I think he got ejected, but what I thought at first was that like there was no room in the box. He was just chilling outside of the box. I don't even know. Mikheyev got ejected, and then there was a Dahlin shot that was stopped, and that pretty much did it for the game. Final score 5-2 in favor of Buffalo. The story for Buffalo has been unreal lately. Like, Craig Anderson's won 4 of his last 5. Buffalo, there might be finally some hope coming. Finally. Shots were 38-36 in favor of Buffalo. Buffalo's next game is against the Edmonton Oilers on Thursday, and Toronto goes to Dallas on Wednesday. So, I mean, yeah, another frustrating game for Toronto. You could argue the refs were against them, but I mean, nonetheless, doesn't change the outcome of the game. Sabres win 5-2. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you all for watching Friday Sports. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the support in the TikTok live that we did. I've streamed for so long today that my voice is shot. So I'm tired as hell. I'm looking forward to just resting, going upstairs to eat, and then going to bed because I'm exhausted. But anyways, thank you all for watching Friday Sports. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.